Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to your writing lesson today. Let's just review yesterday's learning target to get started. Yesterday, we identified parts of a friendly letter, and you wrote a thank you letter to Santa or a family member, including the date, the greeting, a series with commas, and we even included the body, which is the middle part of your letter, and the closing. Today's learning target is a little bit different. Today's learning target, you're going to identify 3 different punctuation marks, and you will write 3 different sentences with 3 different punctuation marks at the very end of this lesson. Tomorrow's lesson, we are going to write and place some punctuation marks on different sentences. Okay, let's get started on our lesson today, boys and girls. And I hope that you can follow along as I teach the learning target. So today's target is to identify 3 different types of sentences with 3 different types of punctuation marks. So up on the top here, it says a sentence tells a complete thought. It tells a noun and a verb and makes sense. And a sentence can end with a period, can end with an exclamation mark, it can end with a question mark. And we've learned all 3 of those punctuation marks when we were in person at school. So, statements or commands that end with a period is a telling sentence. You're actually telling somebody something. So, if you're telling something, you're using a period. Sentences that show a strong feeling, like when you're mad or you're excited or you're scared or surprised, that those kind of sentences use an exclamation mark. And then if you are asking a question ends with a question mark. So the very first sentence we have up here, it says the frog leaped. And they just put a period right here because they're telling you that with no emotion. The next sentence right here says don't, which is a contraction for do not. Don't move. And they put an exclamation mark there because they're trying to add some emotion for somebody not to move too quickly. The last sentence says, who said that? Who is a question. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. They're asking who did it with a question mark. Okay, so we're going to go down and practice using a period, exclamation mark, and a question mark. So the very first sentence we have right here is dad. Dad, and I'm going to kind of show you that ed at the end. It's dad lifted the box. Dad lifted the box. And it doesn't say it was heavy, doesn't say it was light, so we are going to put a period at the end of that sentence. They're just telling you that dad lifted the box. They're not asking or adding emotion with that. Okay, number 2 says the computer beeped. And they got the ed there again, beeped. The computer beeped. It doesn't really say loudly or quietly. I think they're just telling you a sentence. So that they're giving a statement right there. So that's just a period. No emotion, no question. The next one says fat. Cheetah. Cheetah is so fast. That cheetah is so fast. So they're adding a little bit of surprise and excitement about that. So we're going to add an exclamation to the cheetah sentence. That cheetah is so fast. So the next one starts with the word can. Can you move your toys? Can you move your toys? Oh, can right here. Can is a question word. We learned that when we were in person. So, can you move your toys is a question mark. Number 5 is giving a command. They're telling somebody, don't run. So they're kind of telling somebody what to do. So I'm going to put an exclamation on that one. We don't want anybody to get hurt. So don't run. So we had 2 periods, an exclamation mark, 1 question, and here's the other exclamation mark down here. Let's go to the very next part. It says rewrite each sentence with the correct punctuation. Okay, it says what, looks like what, but it's what is your favorite color? Okay, so if we were to rewrite this in our own handwriting, we would write what and put our spaces in is your, looks like the word you with an R on it, favorite, it. What is your favorite? And I'm going to have to put color down here. I'm running out of room. What is your favorite color? And that's a question mark because it has the word what at the beginning. Who, what, when, where, why. All right, and the last one. I love that movie. I love that, putting my spaces in, movie. Okay, it sounds like they're showing a lot of love for something, which is an emotion. So we're going to put an exclamation mark at the end of that one. I love that movie. Maybe it is Frozen or Frozen 1, Frozen 2. I'm not sure. But boys and girls, our learning target today was to identify different types of sentences. So for today, whoops, there we go. For today, the student will identify 3 punctuation marks, the period, the question mark, the exclamation mark. And now it's your turn to write 3 sentences and add 3 different punctuation marks in Seesaw. You can go right to your Seesaw activity and see if you can follow the directions for writing 3 sentences with 3 different punctuation marks. Thank you, boys and girls.